with this. There's actually, I think it's only PP and maybe the Night Eagles.
No, it wasn't the Night Eagles. It was Front Mission.
Yeah, Front Mission
yeah.
that only go the Pershing. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah, the Pershing, that's like a medium tank that we have only seen like just in the latter weeks of this season and the Masters League as well. But yeah, all in all, like really a nice little tank out there. Just maybe not as versatile as the T69 in terms of what it can do out there.
It's closer to a heavy tank.
Exactly,
than a lighter one.
Exactly, it's more of a frontline type of medium tank out there. Just can't take a lot of punishment. It doesn't have an autoloader, but yeah, what a light setup though. Once again, coming from PP Super Friends, 3 medium tanks and a pair of 1390s, of course.
I mean, compared to Insidious Gaming, look at that, 5 heavy tanks. So it's going to be really hard for PP to actually penetrate the front line of Insidious Gaming. Even though Insidious Gaming are kind of camped up there to the kind of western part of the map up here on the ridge, it's still going to be really hard for PP just to engage any way Insidious Gaming.
Indeed, like right now Insidious Gaming, of course, this is the perfect spot. That ridge, that balcony at the entrance of the west road to the north is the perfect spot to defend. Actually, both defend and attack as well, but I think they're going to go for the west road. I mean, it looks like it right now.
I don't think they're actually going to go for full-on push, but they're definitely going to slowly creep down to the southern part of the map.
Which is very risky considering the mobility on the other side.
What I would do is I would at least send one of my T1s first. They have both their T1s actually back.
Why they all switched to the Eastern Front, and right now the way that I look at it, you know, if Insidious decides to really commit to that west road, they won't have time to come back and defend their base. I mean, which is why they left like at least an MX-50 like up there. But by himself, is that going to be enough to defend this?
Honestly, that should be enough for at least since he's in an AMX-50 and he has 6 shots to land onto the PP members. So, a T1 getting taken out. Nikolai 69 getting taken out in his T1, so it's all tied up at this moment.
Although Batman did take
Batman
as well.
did take a hit for that kill though.
Indeed, he's about like, let's say, well, 250, no, 300 down as a matter of fact, so yeah, just a bit of damage was inflicted on Batman, the team captain, of course, from PvP. But yeah, you know, Insidious, as expected, they're not really daring to push, and they sent another 5100 to back up the other one that was defending that.
Actually pulling back all their teams.
Yeah, exactly. They realize, look, like, you know what, okay, we got the heavy tanks, and even if we do successfully capture the base like down south, it's just we're leaving ourselves completely open to the Eastern Front. And because they hadn't met anybody to the west road, they're kind of figuring out, okay, you know what, just PvP right now, just really close to our base, so we gotta come back and defend this.
Yeah, and it should be very easy for them to defend this as well. I mean, if PP actually go for the base capture, which I doubt will happen.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. I mean, like, because that would be like charging in a blind into the open, and considering the superior tanks in terms of firepower, at least like on the Insidious side, it would be nothing short of suicide right now to do that.
And Tyr has to be careful here as well, because he was spotted just a little bit earlier, so if Insidious Gaming get vision on Antair once again, they'll have at least 3 or 4 tanks there just to immediately unleash shots onto him.
Yeah, and I think, well, he cracked a shot and immediately backed off, and I think that was really wise. Like, he can't just stay out there, especially with the MX-50s, like, lurking up that ridge. Like, he's just pretty much just sitting duck where he is, so can't afford to just be, to let his position being, like, completely compromised, at least.
Yeah, so a little bit of passive play going on right now. Really, both teams know at least generally where the other team is at this point. And look at Insidious Gaming actually going back really towards their base at this moment. Both Nisa and Death Skies here in their T-32s, kind of in the front line just to get more vision on those PP members.
Well, to be honest with you, PvP doesn't really have the opportunity to push because they're simply outpowered and outgunned at this point. Like, there's no way with the tanks that they've got they can withstand like the firepower of 3 5100s and a pair of T32. So right now, if there's any type of frontal engagement, it'd be ultimate slaughter actually on the PB side. So they can't just really push out there, especially in an open field like that. So they're not going to have any option but just try to revamp the technique. Because right now, if Insidious Gaming is just like stays there and just caps like towards the base, there's really nothing that PvP can do to turn this around.
As long as they try and continue to find these frontal engagements against PvP, they should be able to come out on top in this set, just due to the fact that no matter how PvP try and engage Insidious Gaming, they will be on the back front. The only way for PvP to actually come out on top in this is to either go for a surrounding maneuver or to catch a single take by itself.
Yeah, indeed. I think the second option would just be the wisest. But at the same time, like Insidious is definitely not allowing them to do so.
They realize that if they split up, then it's opening themselves for it.
Exactly. So right now, and because they're trailing in the scoreline as well, they're just really sticking together because they know that as a group, there is no way that PvP can just outpower them.
Yeah, most definitely so. So Antares continuing to try and poke down some damage onto the Insidious Gaming members right here to the eastern part of the starting point of Insidious Gaming. He hasn't taken damage yet, surprisingly. And look at Acewood and Linemak. Look at that positioning right there in those T69, just ready to unleash their autoloaders.
Oh, but look at that. Meanwhile, Insidious Gaming, they're like, okay, you want to camp? Well, we're going to go for your base right now. So, wow, actually just a huge push coming to the West Road as well. This is very risky at this point.
It is risky because now their base is just completely open.
Wide open.
Yeah, all they have is a T1 back there defending the base at the moment. They're still at a point on the map where they can still pull back to defend the base capture. But honestly, I would at least keep one aim back towards that kind of top part of the ridge.
Yeah, indeed, and look at that, they're already like midway down to the West Road. This is so risky though, but I gotta give them the props here for just the gutsy play though, because at this level, like training like one set behind, it does require a lot of courage to do this.
Yeah,
it really does, because even right now, well, I mean, they still would have, I think they would have enough time to come back and defend base capture, but wow, I just can't believe like the amount of risk that they're actually taking at this stage in this final.
One thing they do have going for them, though, is that PvP have no idea
that what's going on. For now at least.
And they have that T1 back at their target position, so they will be able to spot, if PvP do go for a base capture, they will be able to spot that out, you know, at least a couple seconds earlier than if they didn't have a T1 over there. So,
well, honestly, had they not have that T1 like Gauvin left, I'm sure they wouldn't go for the West Road either. It's the only thing that's allowing them to even attempt something like this.
But I think PvP smells something.
Oh yeah,
right now.
definitely. You can see Antari and Gauvin as well, just going back on, well, to the south, like of the eastern road as well. So they're going to be more than ready for this. I mean, not ready, as in like just to defend a base, but at least like the capture's not going to happen that easily as well. Once again, like I mean, as most like tank gamers know for a fact, is that on Abbey the starting positions are so wide open. It's so very easy to defend as well. So I mean, these are very hard to capture unless like everybody's been taken down. But right now, it's just we've got all tanks at almost full health as well. So it's very hard to just accomplish anything. And look at that, a really interesting spread coming from the Insidious side.
They're splitting their forces, actually keeping 2 of their aiming activities back towards the northern part of the ridge, whereas 3 of the 2 T69s and an extra aim activity down to the southern part of the map. So
no, and Andy, if you ask me, I think we're headed like straight to a draw here.
Quite possibly,
with less than a minute left, you know, I really don't see either team just even trying to risk one of their tier 8s at this point.
And they're too far away from each other.
Exactly. It's just right now there's too little time for us to actually have an engagement, and at this stage in the final, really, I don't see anybody taking like well, basically unnecessary risk at this point.
If Insidious Gaming were all of like 5 of their heavy tanks grouped up right now, they could go for a push. But since those 2 mix are actually back defending the base, yeah, there's absolutely no way that Insidious Gaming are going to go.
Yeah, indeed. And when it comes to PvP, they know they have like the inferior tanks in terms of firepower, so they're really not even creeping out of cover. So yes, this is most likely going to be a replay. We've got like 15 seconds left on the clock, and definitely not enough to create the difference needed for a win.
A little less than 10 seconds now. But yeah, it's most likely to be a draw.
Well, that's pretty much going to wrap this up for this full set. Yes, of course, Abbey